Hello everybody, I'm back. So I think this should be the last episode, probably, because I think we are coming on to the last boss. I think it should be Ozma, but we'll see soon enough. In a second, obviously, sooner than I thought. I haven't played in a while, so I will have to get familiar with the controls again. I played a lot of Sekiro now.
How you must have suffered to be here.
Ozma, what happened to you?
Nice.
Do you remember the day we fought Ozma? I thought if we defeated him, we could save the world. But I was wrong. The real problem was humanity itself. They murder each other, feed off each other like parasites, an endless cycle of life and death. We risked everything for them. Despite our efforts to save the Empire, humanity brought us ruin. And Reese. They even killed Reese.
Why did you do that to someone you loved?
Because my Reese is gone. And what you met was an empty shell. Completely meaningless. Humanity has crossed the final line. But you can still stand with me, Khazan. Together, we can restore order to this twisted world.
I didn't come here to stand by your side again. I'm here to make you pay for your crimes. All of them. For what you did to me, to my men. And most of all, for what you did to Reese.
I see. So be it. Then this. Khazan, why do you insist on fighting me?
Oh.
You see, the real enemy is humanity.
Ozma! Look at how you've changed! And what you've become!
Oh. Don't kill me! Can I not heal? Oh, hey. Thank you. What is this? Oh, no, he... on burning. That's annoying. What is happening? Okay.
Accept chaos.
Nope.
It will bring you unimaginable
I don't accept it.
power. Khazan, why do you insist on fighting me? Don't you see? The real enemy is humanity. Ozma, look at how you've changed. And what you've become. wish we could have done this together, old friend. Allow me to be clearer. not then have the right to destroy it? Khazan, why do you...
Finally.
Khazan. Chaos is the only true salvation!
What? What? Oh my god, is there no end to this hell?
Khazan, why do you insist on fighting me? Don't you see? The real enemy is humanity.
Ozma, look at how you've changed and what you've become.
We saved this world. Do we not then have the right to destroy it?
we are done. Maybe. Yes. Finally. Wow. That took quite some time.
Khazan, why do you stubbornly refuse to understand?
I feel no pity for Ozma. Not after this boss fight.
Khazan, I'm sorry.
And that doesn't help anyone. Interesting though.
This world to ruin! All of it!
Oh my. What sort of ending is that?
Phantom, show yourself. It's over. It's all over.
I feel kind of similar to Khazan now. Oh, achievements.
Khazan, is this really for me? Thank you. You teach me to fight with it, and I'll teach you to use magic. Together, we'll be unstoppable.
How beautiful. Thank you, Khazan. I wish we could stay like this forever. The three of us together.
Reese.
Well, that'd be a bit bad for Khazan, right? Playing a third wheel. We go down. Wait. Follow. Okay. These are the clues, I guess. Okay, that. Wait, that's. Is that a clue or not? Probably was.
Defy us! Reese! No! Reese, wake up, please. Kill him! Kill the traitor!
To think we once called you a hero!
So, this is my reward for saving the Empire from the evil of Ozma. I see now. The real evil is humanity itself.
Ozma, what was the point of ripping the world apart with your hatred?
Well, one can understand his motivation. It was bad, but understandable. He just took vengeance on everybody. Okay, that's probably the last thing then. Yeah, okay. Probably the last thing. Right. Oh, okay. Ozma's journal. We can go through the most important pieces of lore, I guess. Yeah. The day of the black moon. But we read all these, right? The day the black moon rose, I came upon something extraordinary in El Ravaka's lab. It wasn't a substance, not in the usual sense. It was more like energy, power, nearly indistinguishable from air. Yet, when I first discovered it, it bore the shape of an eye. The moment I touched it, an overwhelming sensation and raw power coursed through me, something I had never experienced before. Quickly dissolved and vanished, as if it had guided me to its presence. The deeper I study this power, the stronger my magic grows. Perhaps it could even help Khazan defend the Empire against Hismar. The power might hold the key to bringing salvation to the world. Each time I use it, my body burns with insatiable thirst for power. Yeah, that does sound like it would help the world. Hismar conquest. In the fight against Hismar, Khazan and I risked everything. My strength fell short and I could barely offer him support. Just as Hismar prepared to unleash its final strike, Khazan lunged at it once more. My dearest friend charges forward, placing unwavering trust in me. How could I ever turn a blind eye to him? Chaos is wild and treacherous, but I had no choice. I had to wield its power. And finally Hismar fell. Khazan was unharmed, but this feeling of unease remains with me still. My hunger for chaos is unbearable. Prophecy. Yeah, that's pretty simple. I came across the rumored prophecy in the royal archives. It tells of a song echoing through the Emperor's Grand Hall, praising the two wolves who brought down the Berserker dragon. One day, the H-Lion, the Emperor, will be torn apart by the fangs. So, who placed this prophecy there? I think there might be some other agency at play here. Somebody or something who is like playing in the shadows behind the scenes, sort of like giving little nudges in that direction or the other, planting a little something, little prophecy. It's plain as day that the two wolves represent Khazan and I. Yeah, that's pretty plain, yeah. Trying to track down the one who dared to utter such nonsense into the Emperor's ear under the guise of prophecy proved fruitless. And that would probably be one of the more important adversaries in this world. But I doubt it's chaos itself. Well, rather some avatar or something. They vanished without a trace, as if they had never existed at all. There's one thing that truly captured my attention. A symbol resembling a tearful eye, and the prophecy matches the mark found in the substance I discovered on the day the black moon rose. Yeah, that's another suggesting that it's not good, right? The substance. Reese, even with Hismar's death, the paradise I longed for never came. No matter where I turn, all I see is hell stretched out before me. Khazan and Reese are gone, no longer by my side. What was the point of killing Hismar if the only two people I cared about are no longer by my side? What use is being the Empire's greatest mage? There's nothing left of me now, just a hollow shell clinging to life against its will. I need to know why the Emperor's guard murdered Reese, but they no longer walk this mortal plane. Their bodies each bore a mark in the shape of an eye, as though they were branded slaves to a master. Yet there was nothing to be seen in the eyes. Okay, so maybe the Emperor was not the one ordering the death of Reese. Maybe it was all a setup, like to nudge or push Ozma over the edge, I suppose. Examine the portrait. Yeah, but that's the last one. Yeah, this is the end.
If it were not for the eye, Ozma would never have known
the
about
eye.
chaos. The influence of the eye is clear in everything you've lost.
You have a lot of eyes on you as well.
I thought I had lost everything, but I was wrong. I still have. My revenge.
Okay, that sounds evil. I asked for the truth, right? Not for revenge. First Berserker, 3 more achievements. The First Berserker Expert's Journey and ending after a difficult journey or something. Yeah, that's the Expert's Journey. It doesn't matter. Anyways, impressions are in order. So the game was good. I liked it for the most part. I just had a couple of bosses that I didn't like all that much, but mainly the last boss, Ozma, that was a chore. I just, my man, that was so many moves. He had so many moves. At least the third phase, I saw it like 3 times only, but at least the third phase was actually quite similar to the first phase, to the second phase, I mean. But man, he had so many moves, and the first phase and second phase, they completely different, I would say. So, wow, just I was so angry at times. I'm glad it's over, but still, I do have a good feeling that I finished it. Right, so other than that, I think I enjoyed. I would say that it was enjoyable. So it was well worth the money I spent. So graphics was pretty good, music was pretty good. Story was, I don't know, like it's nothing to write home about, I would say. But okay, it was an okay revenge story. It was not too deep, not too surprising. I would say not really surprising. There is a hint at what might come after this game in form of DLC or another game, perhaps. And so that's the story. Music sounds pretty good. Combat mechanics, that's like pretty important, right? So it was good. Even though I'm not a huge fan of games that depend on loot, but that's like random loot with random effects, and you just farm for better gear or something. Not a huge fan of that, but it was pretty simple in this one. And in the end, I didn't really need to farm anything. not much, I mean, not harm for effect. And skills. Yeah, the skills were important, I would say. Because if I was looking for a Sekiro-like experience, and this was not it. So in the meantime, while I was fighting Ozma, and I didn't really want to fight him, but I wanted to finish the game. So I finished Sekiro several times in the meantime, because I was so wanted to play the game again, and I was hoping that this would scratch that itch, but it didn't. Not for me. So I wouldn't say this was a game like Sekiro, but it was pretty good. It was interesting that you had different options how to parry. Like you had the bring guard, you had the reflection. There were some counter attacks and something else as well that I didn't really use. Some counter strike or something like that. I don't know. I would go and try different weapons. And during the last boss fight, I was kind of like thinking about it if I ever want to play the game, but I decided that I will give it another go and see if because I had a feeling that the last boss fight was a bit random, so I don't like if it's too random. Like I had these experiences with Ozma that sometimes he has like hyper armor, even though he should be staggered, he's not. He's just moving and quickly regenerating stamina. That was a bit weird, a bit odd, I'd say. I don't really understand the fight still. So I will try it again, perhaps with the spear or dual wield. It's interesting. I do appreciate that the game gets constant support and developers add new features that didn't need to be there in the game. They were not needed, but they are adding them and it's nice. So I would also like to shout out that. And what else? I said nice graphics, but overall the areas were not that not. Let's say the game was beautiful in an artistic sort of way. It was nice graphics. I did like how it looked. But for instance, if I compare to Sekiro, I really like Senpo Temple or Fountainhead Palace. These were such nice places. I didn't really see anything like that in this game. But still, the graphics and the artistic, it's okay. Graphics was pretty good actually. So yeah. This is my opinion of the game. I liked it. I just didn't enjoy very much the last boss fight, but it gave me satisfaction when I finished it, even though I did not expect it would give me a satisfaction. I expect just to be glad that it's over, but it was okay. I think, as I said, I will give it another shot. Try again the boss fight, perhaps different build. And I'll see. But I don't plan on recording anything else for the game at this point. Maybe if I figure out how to play the game better. Maybe what was most annoying for me that I pretty much didn't really have too much trouble with any boss in the game, but there were some that were more annoying than others. Like I usually don't like fighting mages because they just tend to get away from me and then shoot stuff at me, and I hate it. And there were a couple of bosses like this here. For instance, Troka. And Troka was pretty frustrating at first, but after a couple of tries, it just kind of clicked, and it was actually an enjoyable fight then. And the same went, for instance, for Reese. It was also a pretty good fight, even though she was kind of a mage. Balerion was a bit annoying, and still, nothing really clicked for me in that fight. And the same goes for Ozma, but Ozma was noticeably harder, more difficult than Balerion. So it took me quite some time. I think it took me more than 2 hours. If I did like several sessions, and I was like fighting like 8 times per session, 8 fights per session. And after the 8th fight, I usually got so so wary by the game that I just wanted to take a break and do something else. Also sometimes angry. Yeah. But overall, if I disregard the last boss fight, it was a pretty good fight, pretty good game. I really liked it. So nice one. Liked it. Can recommend. Anyways, this will be it for the series, and I'm gonna go back to Elden Ring, my Rune level 1 run, which I want to finish, and then I'll probably start something like Sekiro. We'll see. I also want to go back to Dark Souls 3, but we'll see. Anyways, hope you enjoyed the series, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.
You made the right decision, sir. If you did anything else, if you ever need me, just send word. You did it, General. It was nice, I swear on my life.
So, this is Ozma's end. If we hadn't stopped...
I'm almost in tears here. How about you become a jar enthusiast? Jars, once you... My jar... Why, anyway.